Hi, everybody. Hello. Let's make sure that this is picking up. Yes, it is. Okay.
Am I picking up? Am
uh,
I pickup artist?
I hope not. I hope you're a normal artist, as in you are.
Yeah,
Hi,
I do do
folks.
I do make art.
Hi, folks. We're here. We're ready. We're back for the Gamesline podcast. We're on. This time. Oh, yay, yay. Let me. Yeah, I had to bump up the quality on 43, 3, 3. No. um, to make us look. Folks, hi. We're here. Oh, you like cloned yourself. What was that? Did you just like
No,
did you like asexually reproduce right there?
don't
Like
worry
what?
about it.
All right, I'll keep it to myself.
Hey guys, so there was a new Nintendo Partner Direct, and did you see that right there?
The skeleton appeared. Um, yeah, no, stuff happened. I'm John, by the way, if you don't know. I'm here hosting again. This time it is myself and Nicholas. Nicholas, you're here. Hello, how's it going?
Yes, yes, I am. Boy, oh boy, am I sleepy, but I'm here to hang out with my buddy
Aw.
and talk about cool things.
Did we wake you up? Did you wait? Were you taking a nap?
I was I was considering it, but then I was like, oh right, shit, today's recording day. I gotta get in there. I gotta do my job.
That's true. Well, thank you. Hopefully you can get a pleasant
Shit.
rest once we're um.
When we're done, I'm probably gonna get back to 3D modeling because I wanted to take a nap and then do that. But this should be the nice mental refresher in and of itself.
All right, that works then. So yeah, we're here. We're live. We're here to talk about games. I'll be honest. I didn't really play that much this week. Bunch of news that we can cover. So we can just hop on to that if you want, or we could do what we have played. Get that out of the way. Um, whatever else. I mean, what's going on with you, Nicholas? What's new in the world that's not just gaming? What have you got going on?
Uh, like games are completely unrelated.
Whatever you want to talk about, just hit us.
Whatever I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but my life is very, very boring in general.
Well, what have you
I
been
must
up
confess.
to? Like what's new?
What I'm up to is I draw game concept art and I model that concept art and I also draw girls. And that is it for 80% of what I do. The other 20% is like I do college stuff,
All right.
which is even less interesting to talk about.
I mean, how's the concept art going? How's that working? I mean, I know that you're like mid concept, so you probably don't have a lot that you share publicly, but
Mm,
how's that
Up,
going?
you can probably, it's going all right. I mean, I post it on Blue Sky every so often, like here are the designs and models I make.
Okay.
It's hard to talk interestingly about making a game because it really is just, yep, I got more work done on it. I post about it in places where people ask me, and that's really all there is. Because it's like there's a lot of more interesting, complicated stuff when it does come to game development to talk and think about. But there is also the fact that 90% of it is just making the assets, and making the assets is a slow and predictable and not super interesting process once you're actually like in the nitty-gritty of doing it. It's like you can draw blueprints for a house and that might take a bit to like figure everything out, but it's going to take forever to actually make the goddamn house.
Yeah.
It's like unless something fucks up, there's not any interesting stories about that. It's just building a big ass Lego set. But, well, not literally, but like you get the idea.
It's similar.
Execution is not as execution is very long. Execution is not as interesting.
Well, once you have something, oh,
Oh, don't worry.
So, then gaming. What gaming have you gotten up?
Damn it. I've been playing Donkey Kong 1 and 2, like the original Adventure games.
Oh, the
Back
country ones? Are we talking about like Donkey Kong
country ones,
Junior?
Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2.
Okay. How are you feeling about those?
Uh, I don't really like Donkey Kong Country 1. It
Oh,
feels, huh?
wow. Just straight up not liking it at all?
It feels like, I don't know how to put it. It feels like you just hard to manage. Like I don't like saying it controls bad because obviously games are designed in their own ways, and the control schemes that they use are the ones that they were intended for. It's probably like objectively fine in terms of the intended design, but it really does feel like with the visual, like, because the big sell of the first country game is it's 3D pre-rendered, and with how like I guess slippery you feel, that combined with the weird visuals makes doing a lot of the platforming in the game feel really annoying because it's like, okay, I landed on this platform. If my toe is on the same part of the screen as an edge of the platform, there's a chance I just fall off it. Because like who knows? It feels kind of hard to parse and uncertain in a way that not a lot of platformers are, which obviously makes sense. It was trying to be experimental with the graphics. And the design is usually simple enough that it's fine, but like sometimes it does really feel annoying. Like the ruins level with the big wheels, sometimes it'll feel like, oh, I'm a meter away from the ramp that makes me fall off this entire like chase section. I guess I die because I wasn't 2 entire meters away. I don't know. I get it could be like mad because bad, but in general, I feel like the game just it isn't really super interesting. There's not a whole lot of enemies. The visuals are nice, even though they get in the way of the game a bit. But it's like there's just not a whole lot of. It doesn't feel inventive as much as I thought it would past the graphics. When like the Returns games, which I have played, do feel super polished and inventive and just interesting to engage with. Whereas Donkey Kong Country 1 feels like have you ever played Mega Maker, which is I think the less you make Mega Man levels?
I haven't played it, but I've seen videos of it. I
It
get what you mean.
feels Yeah, it feels like people making first passes of their own levels and that there's not like a lot of interactivity between elements. It feels very simple and repetitive, kind of slow. I know I could go fast, but unfortunately, I'm trying to play the game for the first time. And with how zoomed in the camera is, it's like, okay, I need to inch forward when I'm playing every single level. I don't know, maybe it gets better if you're better at it, but I'm not super into it, and I don't think I particularly want to for now.
Yeah, like it definitely feels like the original Donkey Kong Country was Nintendo trying to strike back at Sega. It was them trying to have a, I don't want to say edgy, but more toned
Stylish.
down. Yeah, like not even really stylish. It was supposed to be like a more mature art style. So that's why
Yeah.
they went with Rare and all that. And they went with computer graphics. That it's very much them trying to appeal for audience. That was all Sega's stuff. Was them being like, we got attitude. We got Sonic the Hedgehog. He's cool for older kids. And
Yeah.
Nintendo was for babies. And Nintendo had to be like, we're actually cool too. Here's our commercial where a guy eats so much he blows up. And yeah, it just they didn't really pull it off. And like some of those, the games themselves are fine, but I could see, yeah, like I've played Donkey Kong Country 2. Yeah, one has its weaknesses. Sure, there's a lot of times where you're just like, I just need to jump. It doesn't work right, and it doesn't really feel like it's fault that you wrong or not.
Yeah, it
Then
is.
then two. How do you feel about two?
I like two a lot more. Feel I haven't gotten as far as I did in the first one. I'm only a few worlds in, but it definitely feels a lot more designed. There are a lot more interesting levels. I like I like the music more, probably. It, yeah, it just it feels kind of, I guess, basic to say. It feels like the first game, but better and with less problems. But it really does feel like just better with less problem.
I mean, I don't think that's like a wrong thing to say. Like that is, that's what sequels, especially back then, were. It was polishing and figuring it out.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like the music and the atmosphere and all that? Like, is that a big difference, or it's very, or like, and the graphics? Like, do you think that they were a step forward, or is it just like they tightened up the gameplay and that's what really matters?
Yeah, I don't really feel like the graphics and music. Like, I think the music is, it feels better on the second game, but not to a point where I feel like, yeah, this was a major advancement. They were definitely like firing up twice as many computers. It just feels like a natural advancement of like, okay, they finished the first game, or they were learning like how they wanted to do this, and now that they have made a game, they just have the
Silicon graphics.
natural increased expertise.
Are you gonna play three? You gonna find out about Kitty Kong?
Probably at some point.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah, I don't know what. Probably after I finish two, if I finish two.
So you did finish one. Did you just give up at a certain?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. I got tired of it during the ice world,
Okay.
and one of my friends was just like, "Can you just play two? Can you just play two and play one that you'll enjoy, please?"
Gotta do the K. Rule fight. You gotta get tricked.
I'm not getting tricked. I know what happens.
Oh, you gotta get tricked.
I'm not gonna be tricked. I know what
Well,
happens.
what if this time it doesn't happen?
I think, huh? That's kind of weird. Did I not? Is there a secret you have to do to beat the game? What
Then he gets you.
happened?
Then he gets you.
Then that's what I would think would happen. You can't trick him. You can't trick the man that understands the trick. It's not possible.
We'll see. We'll
You
see. We'll
can't
see what
defeat.
happens. All right. I haven't been gaming as much as I should. We'll say. I also messed with a Super Nintendo game though recently. Mario Paint got added to Switch Online, and you can play that on the Switch too with the mouse control, which is really neat. Um, you have an original Switch, you can just hook a mouse up to your Switch though, and you can do that if you want. So it's not just on Switch 2, which is nice. Like I'm glad that they are allowing you to do that. Um, I'm not a very artistic person. I'm not, musically inclined. I'm a writer, but it was pretty exciting being able to have Mario Paint up on one screen and then having a used to be like a 20-year-old YouTube video up. That's someone making the AVGN theme song in Mario Paint and just transcribing that and just like chuckling to myself when I'm like dragging the mouse and then just like after like a few minutes of doing that, just like press and play. And I'm like, oh, here we go. It's so stupid, but it's funny. And then playing the Fly Swatter game, like that's always really fun. I'm just glad that they did that. It's a very cute, very impressive thing that they went out of their way to make work with no real hassle. It just works on your Switch too. That's neat. Like that's the kind of stuff that emulation needs to be. It needs to be quick and easy to understand and just works exactly how it should. And I know they also added like mouse support, I think, for Mario's Picross and like some other stuff too. Not
Mhm.
not sure what all it is. I think like one of the I think they have like a Romance of the Three Kingdoms game for Super Nintendo on there that can use mouse. I'm hoping they do is I hope that they localize Mario and Wario. I don't know if you know Mario and Wario.
No.
That was a, Super Nintendo game that that Game Freak made actually, where it's kind of a Lemmings like where uh, the game's plot is that Wario has placed a bucket on Mario's head and he can't
Oh hell yeah.
see. He can't see and he has to get out of these areas. Play as this little fairy that flies around and that's your mouse. And just like you can click on Mario to make him turn around or you can click on like blocks to fill them in. It's just one of those games. But it's cute. It's a fun little game and a Game Freak game, so more people can know a little bit more about Game Freak history. So I would like for them to add that as well, just you know, because sure there's not that much that they have to
Yes.
localize, if anything. But that's my big wish for Switch Online, Mario and Wario. I mean, I it would be cool if they also did some
Yeah.
like Super Scope stuff too, and just like had it with the. I mean, it could be the mouse pointer or the Joy-Con stuff. Like they should definitely lean into all the like peripherals and all that. That would be nice. Do you have any opinions on old Nintendo peripherals? Do you have any that you care about?
No, I am not a retro person at all. The oldest console I owned was an N64, and any other peripherals on it.
Yeah, you had to worry about your memory pack, expansion pack, and all. That wasn't really exciting. Like, thing doesn't work all the way.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if we finished our console well enough.
Yeah.
Oops.
Um, and then I've just been messing with some Pokemon ROM hacks again. I'm messing with Emerald Sea Glass some more. It's nice to have Emerald, but with more Pokemon involved. Like simple, but it's and you can also go to
Mate.
there's a store that you can go to that you could buy ability capsule whenever
Hmm.
that exciting.
I recommend you Pokemon ROM hack.
Which one?
Pokemon Zirconium is one that a friend of mine is making and that I have worked on with them.
Okay,
I say worked on, but it was really I designed some Pokemon for them and play tested it. But that does count. It's just a demo right now, but I'm in there. You
I
can
see it.
find me.
Okay, yeah, I see it. The Honest.
Yeah. Don't spell backwards. All right, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I did. I wouldn't have.
Don't do it.
I wouldn't have noticed that until you said so. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You wouldn't have known? What?
I wouldn't have read it backwards. I would have been like, "Oh, Honest, okay, okay." Okay. Maybe I would have noticed once I looked at the map. Okay, I would have been like, "Oh, okay."
Sir,
But I don't know. I'm not flipping words around all the time. Not my number one priority is to read everything forward and backwards.
that's fun.
Yeah, I guess I would miss out on some fun words.
This guy doesn't read.
Guy doesn't read backwards. What a dumbass.
How uneducated. What's
But
his
no,
problem?
I'll check that out because that does seem pretty neat. All right, so there was a lot of news here. Let's dive in. There was
Mhm.
a Nintendo Direct. It was Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. They did talk about games that were coming to Switch and Switch 2. We just run through all the stuff that they got here. I'm not gonna pull up video, or I guess I could.
Do you wanna like I'm gonna preface this with I didn't watch it and looking over it, I don't feel like I missed anything.
It was kind of a weak. Like there's stuff on there where I'm like, okay, cool, I want to play that, but like nothing that made me go like, oh yeah, finally they announced that. It was just like, because here I'll go over this here. They open it up with a new Monster Hunter Stories, which I like
Mhm.
Monster Hunter Stories. Those first two games are great. This one I'm sure is going to be great too. Bummer is they really nerfed the art style. They made it way more realistic looking. I think it's because like all the characters are adults now. Um, but those games are way more cutesy, and that gave it its own appeal compared to regular Monster Hunter. And now it's just Monster Hunter graphics. Like like while I was watching that trailer at first, I was like, "Oh, okay, are they announcing the more hardcore Monster Hunter that they always put on the Nintendo console?" You know, like cuz they do like Monster Hunter World and then they'll do like whatever on Switch and then they did Wilds and they just put out the most recent Monster Hunter game. So it would make sense for them to be like cuz that's the one that was on like PS5 and Xbox. So this now's the time for them to do the real head Monster Hunter that makes all the like big fans actually enjoy it. So I was expecting that, not stories, because that didn't look like a stories. So I don't know. I don't like the art, but sure the gameplay will be good. It'll be fine. Um, they talked about yay sports games. Yay! You could play Madden on your Switch too, and it looks really, really bad. Like the frame rate was awful.
Yeah, no thanks, you can keep it.
Which, like, yeah, like you would think that it would be fine because the Switch 2 is like as powerful as a PS4 Pro, right? So I don't get it. Very weird. Um, there was they're doing ports of Yakuza Kiwami 2 and Yakuza Kiwami on Switch 2. Um, I think Kiwami was on Switch 1 already. So I think I don't know if it's like a free upgrade or just like one of those like direct. Let's guess it would say here big roundup. Oh, it is a discounted price. It says to buy an up.
Cool.
Um, but yeah, Kiwami 1 and 2 are decent. I feel like a lot of people really hate Kiwami 2, and I'm not fully sure why. Like it's I don't I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't want to get involved with all that. I played Kiwami 2. It was fine. Don't yell at me. Um, there's gonna be a Switch 2 version of the Final Fantasy Tactics remake. Apex Legends is gonna be on Switch 2. There's a new Just Dance. I think they literally just announced that for Switch. Yeah, they're not even bothering like putting that on Switch. Kind of funny because like we know who's gonna buy. So the people that are still using this.
No one's spending that much money for a Swift so they can get Just Dance.
Yeah. Um. There's some trailers for stuff they already announced. Uh, uh, they sh- they announced Chronos: The New Dawn for Switch 2, which is a Bloober Team game. Which I want to see what they do now that they have seemingly gotten yelled at and they know that all
It's
their
just a
all
big
their old
Uber
stuff.
Team game on Nintendo. Holy shit. Maybe I should have watched this.
I need to see what's going on with them now that they've gotten yelled at, and it seems like maybe they won't uh as problematic, I suppose. Um, the Silent Hill 2 was fine, and they did pretty publicly say, we fucked up with some of our old games, so we'll see. They're doing an HD version of Plants vs Zombies, which I'm gonna be honest with, like Plants vs Zombies, that did not look.
Yeah.
It looked
That
exact.
game is not an HD version.
Yeah, that game. Like, I guess it's nice that it's going to be on consoles. I guess they're adding a versus mode, so one side is the other side's the zombie, which that's a cute
I was
idea.
in the original console releases. I think it's supposed to be like a version with everything in it,
Oh well,
because the original Plants vs Zombies had a bunch of different games worth of like mini games and modes just not in the game. So
okay.
this might be like, here's our ultimate version where we put in co-op, we put in all the mini games, we put in the adventure replay that the mobile ports had,
Okay.
we put in, well, because like it really is just a bunch of mini games and like alternate modes,
Sure. I mean,
but
it's
that
a great
really is
game.
all you need. But like it's $20, dude. You can get it on Steam for 5. Why would $15 is gonna have to like there's gonna have to be so much more. It's gonna like have to have everything and also have like another game's worth of game in there. And the only things advertised are like, oh, there's a couple new modes and an art library and like I don't know, maybe there'll be bonus levels. Who
Yeah, let me
cares?
see if there's. Yeah, it just says new levels, fresh twists, 15 years of never before seen franchises. So I guess new levels. Maybe I'll get it on sale. You know, $5 on Switch, then I'll buy it. They're putting Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So here's the scary thing: they're putting that on Switch too, but they are also putting that on Switch. I do not believe that game will run on Switch. That scares the shit out of me. I need to see Sparking Zero running on Switch day one. That people's people's consoles are going to explode. What are you talking about on Switch One? That just does not sound right to me. Um, they showed a game called Chillin' by the Fire, which just seems to be, hey, if you have the camera, you can hook up your camera and you can sit by a fire in a digital space. Like, you could probably just do that in VR chat. Then also you could
Okay.
be whatever avatar you want to
Okay.
be. Um, there was Persona 3 Reload is going to be on Switch too. I'm happy for, because now I'm going to actually play it. I was waiting for the Switch 2 version, and I'm going to continue to wait because I'm going to wait until it's like $20 and then I'll get it on Switch 2 because I want to play Persona 3 Reload portably. I don't want to spend $20 on it, and I mean, it went down to $20 like really quick for the PS5 and Xbox version. So that's fine. I can wait like a month. And there is a remake of Pac-Man World 2. People seem pretty excited about that. That seems to be the one that people like. So that's good. Good for Pac-Man fans. Congratulations, Pac-Man. There's a new Katamari. That was one of the big ones too. A brand new Katamari game. Once Upon a Katamari. They got a crazy ass soundtrack on that thing. They got like Dowco on there, like from um Dragalia Lost. Um, I don't remember the name of the artist. but they also have the people that did the Keep Your Hands Off of Izoken opening. They also
That,
have
that
the
really says this is all going over my head.
They also have one of the Idol Master girls doing music for it, which is really funny because Namco owns Idol Master. Like, yeah, here's our Idol Master girl song for Katamari. I think is cute. That's what they should do. That'll be out October 24th. Brand new Katamari game. And then they ended it off with two Square Enix 8 games. One of them is The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, which is a really bad name. The Adventures of Elliot. Which I downloaded the demo. I haven't tried it yet, but it's basically just going to be like an action adventure RPG in that style. It'll be fine. I'll check it out. We'll see how that goes. And then the other one, which is pretty strange but interesting at the same time, is Octopath Traveler 0, which, from what they have described, is a reimagining of the mobile game. Like, there's an Octopath Traveler mobile game, and so they basically went, we're taking the story of that game and then turning it into a regular RPG. Which, yeah, okay. Yeah, please do that for Near Reincarnation too, please. I would like that a lot. I would like for Grand Blue Fantasy to do that. I would like for Fate Grand Order to do that. Like, I just want to play those games normal without having to worry about gotcha. Uh, have you ever played any of those HD games? Do you feel anything about those?
Uh, to remake counts. I'm not sure it is because it's not actual pixel style. It's they kept that kind of visual because that's how the game worked on the PS1, where it was originally 2D screens and 3D environment there. So they just like I guess kept that for the remake. But it's not like in the line of the Square Enix ones. I haven't played any of those.
Yeah, I think like it's like the Octopath games, and then they did like Triangle Strategy, Live Alive remake, which is excellent. I would recommend that to everybody. Um, Dragon Quest remakes. Now these, which something that I guess they only announced it for like the Japanese one, but then they confirmed it later. The Dragon Quest 3 remake is going to get a Switch 2 update that is free. Same with the Romancing Saga 2 remake that they put out recently. So play those games. You can play them on Switch 2, and they'll be nicer. They'll have better frame rate and all that. So yeah, that was kind of it for the partner direct. Yeah, like like we said, it just kind of it was just a couple of things. It wasn't anything too crazy. I'm still waiting for them to announce a Switch 2 version of Digimon Time Stranger. I can't believe they didn't announce that here. I don't know. It was just there anything that seemed interesting at all to you on that direct?
No,
No? Okay.
no,
Fair enough. Um I mean, yeah, I'll probably get the HD 2D stuff, like especially Octopath 0, cuz I love Octopath 2. Octopath 2 is I think you would love Octopath. Look into that. Um but yeah, that's kind of the big one for me. I would say is the stuff, and then I'm not really a Katamari guy, so I respect it. The music's amazing. I respect it. It's just not my bag. I'm not shit talking Katamari. All right, I don't want people coming at me. I know Katamari's got shooters. please,
He just got his ass.
please. I don't want the cousins to come into my room and roll me up and kill me. And
John, when you played We Love Katamari, you said we hate Katamari, and that was your
I
amazing
didn't
joke, and
say
you
that.
wouldn't stop telling it for a
I
week, and it was getting really upsetting. Your vocabulary was going to be permanently damaged by it.
I did not. Don't put slander in my mouth.
It's not slander, it's what you think.
The
It's
things I
what
want
you think.
to put cookies in my mouth, not slander. Okay.
I want to do that.
So yeah, more news here. So I guess we could just keep going with the Nintendo stuff. So we got, so that was the fun Nintendo news this week. Now we get to the good old fashioned Nintendo is a business, and that means that they do some bad shit sometimes. They just announced that a bunch of things that they sell are going up in price thanks to the economy. Uh, I'm not gonna go through everything, but stuff like the Switch OLED and the original ass Switch and the Switch Lite, like the old Switches, not even just the Switch 2, like the old stuff. I don't think they've announced that the Switch 2 is getting a price increase. I think they might have factored that in initially. Um, but like I don't think they've announced anything yet. It'll be wait, no, it says effective August 3rd, so that is today. So I guess we can check. But Target was listing the original Switch at $339, which is $40 more. Switch OLED is at $400, which is $50 more. Switch Lite was an increase of $30. They bumped up the price of Switch 2 accessories and Amiibo and fucking Alarmo. They made the Alarmo more expensive, as if people were rushing to the store to buy Alarmo. Now it's more expensive. It's gonna rot on the shelves.
Buy Alarmo now. You don't want Mario to go out of business, do you? Mario can't feed his family. Buy Alarmo.
I'm not buying Alarmo.
Buy it. Buy it.
This is, I mean, there's multiple reasons for this, but we are very. I'm not an economist, so I can't fully tell you like if we're in a recession or whatever. But we're at the very least on the way towards one because our president is a fucking moron and because he doesn't know how tariffs work. So that's why. Um, and so that's part of the reason why. There's other reasons. I mean, everything is just becoming more expensive, and sucks ass. Sucks ass to be alive in 25. Like you would think that they would be making the Switch cheaper to get them off the shelves so they could put Switch 2s there. But that's not what happens. It okay. I don't get it. One last bit of news here. I forget if I talked about this last week a bit, but I will just go in more in depth here, I suppose. There was a plagiarism controversy for the Pokemon TC Pocket game, the mobile game where you can open packs and play a separate version of
Oh,
Pokemon.
yeah.
Which I still play it. I actually do still really like it. It's a fun, like I play the like actual game. Like I don't do it just to collect it. Play because it's a neat format. Having like three rounds, all the different Pokemon cards that they've made specifically for it. I think it's a fun format. Um, but what happened was, the Ho-Oh art, because this new set is like Gen 2 focused. It's got Ho-Oh and Lugia on the two packs, and It's got like baby Pokemon. They introduced baby Pokemon in Gen 2, all that kind of stuff. Um, the Ho-Oh art was traced from a piece of fan art, specifically Chinese artist on Twitter, uh, Yan Juju, and big no, of course. You don't want your art getting stolen, and especially from a big company like this. Um, so as soon as that was brought to light, uh, which was actually before the set came out. Like they showed off these cards. This is like the Ho-Oh and the Lugia arts that they're specifically talking about. These are the ones that are like that you can like go into. And, like there's like if you tap on them, you can like look into the art. Um, so they replaced the Ho-Oh and Lugia art right now with just something that just says new art coming soon. It's just a blank card and it just says new art coming soon. Like I pulled both of them this morning, which is really funny. Like in a row. So I was like, "Oh hell yeah," but also I can't look at them. And it's a little interesting that they also replaced the Lugia. I'm guessing it's because they want them to be like mirroring each other. Like I'm guessing the Lugia art also was similar to the Ho-Oh art. Um, and the Pokemon Company did come out with a statement that explained what happened. Basically, they accidentally mixed the fan art up with their internal art, and they presented that art to the artist, and pretty much just said, just use this, just redo this, and then draw other stuff around it, and that'll be the card art. So it was not the artist's fault. It was the Pokemon Company mixing up some files and sending them the wrong thing and not realizing it until it was too. So it was just a mix up, and they caught it before it got put out. They apologized, and this is just a boo boo. Like I don't think this is anything like the whole marathon issue. Like this really just seems like they went. Like I'm sure they have a bunch of fan art like internally where they're just like, this is gorgeous. We can use this as inspiration for our own art. Like I that's honestly really cool. Like that's that's impressive that they're like, hey, like these people are such great artists. We can use it to inspire ourselves. But they accidentally used it as a tracing tool instead of a just a piece of art. So or just inspiration. So yeah, they just full on said like, yeah, this is our fault. This is Pokemon Company and Creatures Inc. This is not the artist. We apologize. Um and the artist is, chill and wants the matter to be put to rest. So basically it's all well and good. Like the artist for the cards in the game don't want to, Pokemon Company doesn't want people to bother them. Fan artist is just wants to put things behind them. We're just waiting to see what the new art is, basically. So it's just really funny to load that game up and be like, oh, here's this super rare EX card that's like the cover art or the cover card that you really want to get. It just says art available late white text, like new art coming soon. It's pretty funny. So did you play any TCG Pocket? Get into that?
No.
No,
I'm not a Pokemon guy. We've talked about this.
I know, but it's a different thing. All right, fair. I mean, fair enough. All right, let's see here. Next bit of news here. We have a potentially good bit of news to update on whole Steam and itch.io payment processor bullying, as it were. On Itch's side, they have relisted all of the free NSFW content that is on. So if you search for NSFW content on Itch, you can pull up free content. in their search bar. And they have confirmed that they are trying to find a way, whether it's working with their current payment processors or finding alternative payment processors in order to relist the not free NSFW content. They are working to reinstate it as it was, which is good. That's what they should be doing. I mean, it fucking sucks that they had to take it down in the first place, but they are doing what they seem to have, to be able to do. Um, they straight up said that one of the big things was Stripe saying that they didn't want to support adult content that, quote, is designed for sexual gratification, which did not apply to everything that got de-indexed. Like there was plenty of stuff that was involved adult content that was not explicitly just to jack off. It was either,
Yeah.
using it for, because it's part of a story because people have sex, or it could even be something that's more serious that's covering topics that are way more heavy and are not supposed to be for gratification at all. Like, I would say it's straight up offensive to even relate that. Um that is what Stripe said though. So there's that. And then the crazy thing is that got Valve to answer Bond, which we talked previously, like the past few weeks, talking about how libertarian and how hands off Valve is. Valve came out, and they came out kind of swinging. They said, "Hey," like they pretty much just said, "Yeah, we are in the same boat as Itch. We agree with them. Like we're like, hey, Mastercard didn't communicate with Valve directly, despite a request to do so. Payment processors rejected us trying to outline Steam's policies, specifically cited their rules, and Mastercard denied it. So, sale of a product or service, including an image which is patently offensive and lacks artistic value, or any other material that the corporation deems unacceptable to sell in connection with a mark." Um, that's like their rule, I guess. But like, yeah. So they're basic. So yeah. Basically, so the thing is that Mastercard tried to say that these games and these, all these things on Steam and Itch were things that did not that were breaking laws, that were not artistically valuable, and that only existed to be illegal pornography, things that were like non-consensual or etc etc. um and uh they did not bring up anything specific, which is the real kicker, because if they had brought up specific instances they could have just removed those instances, but they are just swinging around and just saying no, take it all off. And that is not something that is like as defensible, because they're rule, they are breaking, they are miswielding their rule basically. So Steam did bring that out and just said like, yeah, they are just forcing us to do this without actually following the rules that they laid out, and they're trying to push back on it as well. We'll see how that goes. Because yeah, like it's not like, like obviously if something is an illegal piece of work, then it should be removed, but they have not proven that anything that was removed was legal, because as soon as they have to do that, their entire argument falls. So see where it goes. There's been a lot of talk on socials about the the continued pressure campaign that people are calling up, and sounds like Visa and MasterCard, sounds like that the everyone working there sounds like they're about ready to flip the fuck out, which got to do. It's probably costing those companies a lot of money, and what you need to do, you need to hit them in the pocketbooks. So, hopefully people continue to call, and hopefully things get better because yeah, it's shitty that a lot of that stuff got taken off. But at the same time, like I do hope that this leads to better moderation though, in general. Because while I do think that a lot of, like, most if not all of the stuff that was removed is not illegal, I do hope that this at least leads to more people uh openly critiquing NSFW work, not in a oh that's porno, it's nasty, and more just being like, man, this one sucks ass because this is just an asset flip and this looks like trash. Fuck that. Or hey, this is really well made. You know, not even just even if it's just like hey, this is hot. Like it could be that, or it could be hey, this is really well made and it's fun to play. Like I think that there should be better critique in general.
Get the expert to join your team. No, don't worry.
All right, well there you go. Um, because like, uh, GOG put out a bundle that was like, here's some games that got removed from other platforms. Here they are for free, and like I think it was like 11 games, and I want to say like 7 or 8 of them were dog shit asset flip games that nobody should play. So it was like, I get sticking up for artists, but also like I'm not gonna download this. Like you can't pay me to download the good. But thank you. Yeah, it was like Postal 2 was on there. And I mean that's dog shit in a way, but it's interesting ish as like a snapshot
It's
of
a game.
that era, and there's elements of it that are interesting. Yeah, as big challenges Dan is saying in the chat, dog shit and Postal 2, which you can make arguments about. Like, yeah, exactly. Um, you know, I mean, you can download them separately, so if you just want a free copy of Postal 2, you could do that, I guess. I think there was like some like furry Pokemon Snap thing, which I don't know. I don't know if that's how you roll.
Yo.
Maybe that's good.
Yeah, maybe you should play it. Check it out. It's free.
It is free. I don't really have the urge to do it. I'm not. I'm gonna. I don't. I don't want to make enemies here. I don't really care for stuff that at all. It just. It just doesn't. Like it doesn't gross me out, but when I look at it, I'm just kind of like unappealing to an extent where like I'm just like I thank you. You know? But I'm not gonna say that people who are into it are wrong. It's fine. I just don't care for. I'm not even just saying that for porno. I'm saying that just in general. Like a lot of like anthro art, like some of it, like no, like I'm not a furry. I guess I'm sorry. Coming out is not a furry. Heard it here first.
How could this be happening?
But yeah. How are you feeling about these announcements? Though, are you feeling hopeful? Yeah, just how you feeling about it?
Well, little, since it seems like they're actually getting annoyed and inconvenienced by it. You like to see it.
We do have a big challenges Dan in here saying yes. I am a furry, and I think the single furry game on there is not to my taste. Everything doesn't have to. But also sometimes stuff is And that's okay too. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff going on because it's Evo time. Actively Evo right now. Evo is still going. Last day. There's announcements going. A lot of stuff got announced. A lot of stuff. Marvel Tokon has a beta sign up page up right now. Be able to play that game. Have you heard like how that game works? Very weird. I don't know if I'm really. They've explained like how tag system works and everything.
I have not. Uh,
You start out with because it's a 4v4 game, but beginning of the match you start off with two characters, and I think you like unlock your extra characters and your like supers and stuff by doing throws and like stage trans. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I'd rather just have things available, you know, because I feel like that's just gonna lead to people being like, okay, it's the start of the round. I need to get a throw. It's like it railroads you in a weird way. I guess I understand why they're trying to be like, yeah, like let's make it so as the game goes on, you get access to more stuff, potentially swing things around. But I don't know. I don't like the railroady aspect to it. I don't know. How are you feeling about? Yeah, are you a fighting game person?
I used to be super into Guilty Gear, then I took a break from it and I went back and I was like, man, I am not built for fighting games at all.
I get you.
So I think I'm squarely out of it for now. I don't know, maybe I'll find one someday that gets me back into it again, but I don't imagine that happening.
Sure. Speaking of Guilty Gear, they did show a trailer for Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners, August 21st, at the end of the month. Um, I haven't actually watched the trailer. I guess we could do that right now.
No,
Oh,
no,
well, too bad. I'm gonna
okay.
button. I don't know if you can see it. The audio's coming.
Mankind knew that would not change so fast.
This- She's a little naked. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. It kind of just gets dropped in there.
This is some seriously odd shit. Encrypted, huh? Like that's gonna stop me. Memories
That's what I expected her to do. Yeah, she's got her fucking whip. It.
Makes no sense. Need to run manual diagnostics, file at a time if I got it. And hacking organic person, no chrome? Yeah, that happened.
But you can like do.
On my
Oh,
side, was deep in the net.
oh my god.
So,
You can like
looking for
debuff
something,
your
I suppose.
opponent. Okay.
Guess I got sloppy. Or I got popped by a rogue AI. Either way, not my finest hour. It was so close. Just out of reach. Why's my heart pounding? Who is he? Someone I care for and lost? Forgot? What if I let it happen all over again? I need to find him.
Yeah, August 21st. So there's that. No. The scary part though is not only did they say that, but they also said I, they said Guilty Gear Strive 2.0 is coming out next year. I don't know what that
Okay.
means. Like, what? 2.0 of the game? Because I remember there being some leak that said that they were going to make a new Guilty Gear game and then they canceled it. So I guess instead of making a new game, they're just going to iterate on Strive. They're just going to make another version of Strive. Um, no real details on what this is going to do. They just said that this is what they're doing. I don't know. That's scary. 5 more years of Strive, everybody. That 5 more years of Strive discourse, 5 more years of Bridget discourse. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh.
Too bad it's happening! Yay!
If they bring Cliff back to life for no good reason and he plays exactly like he does in Plus R, then I am.
Okay. There's some Virtua Fighter talk here. Virtua Fighter 5 Revo is getting a new version called World Stage. It is going to be released on PS5 and Series X/S on October 30th, and there will be a Switch 2 have rollback netcode. And if you have Ultimate Showdown on PS4, it'll be $10 to upgrade it instead of 20. Pay $10 to update. They also announced that the old boss character Dural is going to be added as a. So that's and they showed the training mode for the new Virtua Fighter. There's more details at TGS. I think it's like in like so. Probably get an actual trailer for. Yeah, they showed off C Viper for Street Fighter 6. C Viper seems like it's like it just kind of showed a bunch of like story stuff. So, you know, that's that. The lore or Street.
Okay.
They got Omni Man and Invincible versus.
Okay.
Character Izumi is going to be in Under Night 2. I don't know. Can't keep up with. I don't know what's. I mean, I guess yeah, that's the last character for the season pass. I don't know if there's going to be, but they finished their first season pass. Izumi has like a fish. I know that because he. Honestly, the coolest thing that they have done so far for Evo announcement, which that might be different by the time we're finished recording. Evo might be, they might announce more stuff. I don't know. But the coolest thing, in my opinion, is that they announced that they are doing a patch for Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which is, the one that has, like, Capcom versus SNK, all that stuff. They confirmed that Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper is going to be adding the characters that were exclusive to the Game Boy Advance and PSP versions of the game, which basically just makes this the the definitive version of Street Fighter Alpha 3, which nobody really expected that out of this collection. Like they kind of just went, "Hey, here's this like kind of weird version of Street Fighter Alpha 3 that nobody really cares about." And now all of a sudden it's like, "Oh no, actually this is the version of Street Fighter Alpha 3 for people because all these characters were stuck on the PSP." Which is it was Yun, Maki, Eagle, and Ingrid, which I'm actually excited for because I really like Eagle. I played as Eagle in Street Fighter Alpha 3. So I'm pretty stoked. They added some new remixes and some new artwork that includes all the new characters. Just some other little like bonus options and like nice. Like it's a smallish kind of update, but it's cool that they said, "Hey, here is the definitive version of a game now." A bunch of stuff that was basically just out and away from what Street Fighter Alpha 3 should be. This is the definitive version now. Very nice. Have you How do you feel about going back and adding stuff like that to the games, make it definitive? Can you think of anything that's been like that similar in the past?
Top of my head, not really. Usually that stuff I just see it saved for re-releases of the thing. But again, this is already a big compilation, so I don't keep up with the kinds of games that would do this. I feel.
Well, I'm just excited that they are doing that. So a Chorby in the chat here saying we're not 10 episodes away from episode 69. We're 8 episodes. We can talk about that later. And also thank you for banning the bot and fuck that. Let's see. What else we got? Okay, one more bit of news here that is it just sounds like a complete mess. BioShock 4. Uh which was apparently announced a few years ago. I didn't know that. I did not know that BioShock 4 got announced in 19. Did you?
No.
Well, apparently it is a mess. Uh Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg is reporting that there has been a failed internal review for progress for BioShock 4 by 2K executives and Take Two and all that. Specifically, the narrative needed to be touched up. They said that was in need of improvement. And the Cloud Chamber studio head Kelly Gilmore has left their role. Creative director Hogarth de la Plante moving into a publishing position. So a bunch of people are leaving or getting shifted around, and I don't know. I sounds like this is a game that not is not coming out right now.
Games don't happen anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, BioShock is supposed to be a story-driven game, so the fact that they haven't nailed down the narrative in the last almost 6 years to BioShock 4, like, yeah, I don't know. I doubt that this is going to be something that comes out at all. And also, according to Schreier, 2K was planning on doing a full remake of the original BioShock, but they scrapped that earlier this year. So, no remake. I mean, I'll be honest, I think that BioShock is something that's probably gone from. Like, 1 and 2 were, for the time, maybe aged different ways. Bioshock Infinite has so much baggage. While I enjoyed the gameplay, I remember enjoying the gameplay. That story, it does not hold up, and it did not hold up to scrutiny at the time. So it feels like it's like Bioshock is kind of similar to Mass Effect, where I feel like they should not really be like chasing so fervently after this. Like, it's a concept where if they do make something cool with it, I wouldn't be opposed. But it's just like that name has such baggage now. Like, I feel like you should just make something different in that style instead of just making a new one of those because of the baggage of the name. Like, if they make a new Mass Effect, it's like you have the baggage of 3 and Andromeda on you now. Make a new Bioshock, you have the baggage of Infinite on you. Just make something else. Make something else. You know? Like, I don't like Ken Levine. You know, he's from everything like I've read Jason Schreier's books about like BioShock and or you know, we talked about that, and it sounds like he's a dirtbag in the back there. Um, but I'll at least give him the props that he got the fuck out of there and is doing something probably similar to BioShock, but he got out of there and is doing something that is probably similar but is not called BioShock, and that was a smart move, I would say. So, yeah. Yeah, like Chorby saying in the chat, like yeah, BioShock 2 and 1 also have their own types of baggage, like whether it's positive expectations or just also just negative things that people have felt over the years now that those games have aged and you know the story has been put up to scrutiny and all that. Yeah, it's we don't need BioShock in 2025. I don't. Have you played any of the BioShocks, Nicholas? Do you have any
No.
feeling? No. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss on your end? Any other games, other things that you're getting up?
No, not really.
We can move on to questions then. Or
Sure.
I don't know. I can maybe talk a little bit about cards. Been playing the Hololive TC. Finally have a deck. Fun. I don't know. I don't really have anything to say about it. I've been playing Digimon too. I played Digimon last. The games that I'm playing. Digimon is kind of in a oh, a new set just came out, so people are trying to figure out the new decks and all. Hololive's problems are that they you need more stock. Rare. Oh, I'll bring the mic. Hello. Hello. Okay. Yeah, they need to get more product out there. Is what they need to do. I have a deck now, so everyone else has got to deal with it. No. They should get more product. People want to buy stuff. People want to play game. Want to play. They want to experience. Important. Nicholas, have you ever gotten into any card game?
No.
No.
I keep telling you, I'm a boring person.
You haven't like I mean, you know, like growing up, did you play Pokemon? Like what
I mean, I got a couple cards when I was a kid, but I never actually. Oh no, I did play it like by the rules for a little bit. It was
Yeah.
so long ago, I don't really retain any memory of it as doing it.
Yeah. Kirby's asking who the meta person is. So, again, I am vaguely familiar with Hololive people. But from what I can gather, the meta deck is Hololive Promise, which is the group of like 5 or 6 girls that like most of them have left, which is a little sad. Um, so the girl that is like the like because they have like their like leader cards. Like here, I play the Kiara deck, so this is my leader. Uh, she's still there, but the leader card for the deck is does not work there anymore. So there's a very real chance that there will just be a point where they just have to be like, well, we can't make new cards for this deck anymore. So, but I mean, I guess they still own the rights to their like likeness or whatever, so they could make more cards if they wanted to. But they're not gonna be like it'd be like advertising for something that's not there anymore. So they'll probably figure something out. But I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. I hopped on the Kiara deck because I looked at the sets that are coming out in the future, and this deck just is good into the future. So I did not get the deck that is good right now. I got the deck that is going to be good in the future and continues to be good for a while. I planned ahead. Yeah, yeah. As Torby saying, I am the impartial judge. I will judge properly based on power, not by. I don't care about your Oshi. I care about who will. Oh, okay. So yeah, some big challenges. Dan is talking about what they've been playing here in the chat. KOTOR 1 and 2. Final Fantasy 14. FF14's got new patches. Yeah, that's always happening. um, but yeah, it is awkward that like the VTubers aren't there anymore. Like I'm trying to think. I mean, all the cards that I run, they're still there, but yeah, a lot of those cards will just have people that don't work there anymore and are doing other things. And you can't talk about that. Um, a little odd. It's a little odd. All right, so questions here. If you want to send in a question, you can go to your email client of choice, send it to podcast@gamesline.net. Or we also have a Discord server, which is the gamezone.zone. Type that in the browser. There. You can send a question in our Asks to the Podcast room. And you will sound like this. So hey, I mean, you're in the chat, big challenges, so we could just answer your question. You can hear it as it's being answered. There you go. All right, so got a question here from we got questions from big challenges here. First off, what game character do each of the hosts think would be most interested in the LA Beast? Which one would run a YouTube channel with a similar gimmick? Okay, Nicholas, do you know the LA Beast?
No.
You don't know the LA Beast. We need to fix that.
I do not, off the top of my head.
He is the YouTuber who does horrible eating challenges. He has been just eating uh extremely old food. There's a classic video of him sticking his hand into hot ice and hurting
Oh, it's
himself.
that fucking guy.
That guy,
Okay, nice.
yes. 25-year-old Crystal Pepsi that makes him projectile vomit. All the classics. Um, so yeah, the question is, what game character do you think would like the LA Beast, and which one would have a channel like? Um, I mean, they based Travis Touchdown off of Johnny Knoxville, so I would say those are very kindred spirits. I think he would, at the very least, watch the LA Beast. I don't know, he would have an anime review channel. That's what Travis Touchdown would. But he would be subscribed to the LA Beast, absolutely. Okay, here's a weird one. And I know that they're tied together because of the branding and all that. I would say Pepsi Man. Pepsi Man would have an LAB. If Pepsi Man was a real person, I think that Pepsi would force him to do challenges a la the LABs, and he would be put through many trials. That's what I believe. I think. I mean, LA
I
Beast is as he's as close to a real Pepsi Man as I think exists. But if Pepsi Man was a real man, then that would be what he has. Have an answer.
What would? Not off the top of my head.
Uh,
Sans Undertale. There we go.
would he be making the videos or would he be watching them?
It would be both to see what Pyrus's reaction would be. There, that's the best I can do today.
So I could see Sans doing all of the the trials and
Uh-uh.
tribulations, but he would just do it. He would have no trouble whatsoever doing it, and everyone would be kind of disappointed about it, and he would just be like, "Fine, I can handle it." That would be the joke. That he would drink the 25-year-old Crystal Pepsi, and he's kind of gross. He wouldn't throw up. Next question here from Big Challenges. What is your favorite variant of a healing item? As, for example, potions, food, painkillers, syringes, etc. You have a favorite healing item?
Oh, I like in TF2 that the medic can shoot you with an arrow and that heals you.
That's a really good one. Um, I mean, it's not exactly a healing item, but it is pretty funny that the sniper can throw
It
his
does
piss at
heal
you.
you.
Well, no, I was saying, the sniper can throw his piss at you
Oh,
and put you out with fire. That's not a healing item, but saving you. Piss.
that is hilarious.
Um, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I enjoy. As a Pokemon fan, I like what they've done with berries over the years. Where initially it was just like, oh, this one heals, 10 HP, this one heals a burn, yada yada. I like that there's ones that are like, if you're hit by this kind of move, it will dampen the effect of the move. It's super effective. Or this one can heal your power points, or this one can boost your attack if your HP is low. So it's not necessarily healing, but it's giving you different effects based on the situation that you're in. You can kind of lead your Pokemon into different situations, which just gives you more ways to interact. So I like that a lot. Berries are very cool. Um, and I mean, it's a classic for a reason. You think about all the food that are just lying around, kind of funny. You got your final fight, Castlevania. You just got chicken lying around, and Turtles in Time. They just have pizza lying on the floor in the box, but you know they don't even pause. They don't even think like, should we eat this? This has been on the floor. No, pizza time. And then lastly, what is your favorite non-standard money in a game? For example, Zenny, money with a U, Dosh, etc. Yeah, Zenny's my favorite. That's the one that's like in all the Capcom games. Mostly in like Mega Man Legends. I don't remember if it's from Mega Man Legends or what, but yeah, Zenny's my favorite. You have a favorite?
I like in Lisa the Painful, since it's after the apocalypse and only men remain and money doesn't have any functional like purpose. The currency in that game is just porn magazines you find lying around since there's no women around and all the men in the game are awful, awful people.
Uh,
It's neat.
yeah,
And the word mag also feels like a nice,
it
it
does.
feels nice to say.
Kaname Date would rule the land of Lisa with an iron fist. Um, breaking news here. I guess a new character got announced for Tekken. Miari Zo from Madagascar. I also have footage of Armor
Like
King.
the movie
Miari Zo. Yeah, like the movie that you can
from
watch. Really good.
Madagascar. These fighting games are so fucking funny. They make me want to look at.
I didn't really get to watch any Evo. I've just been kind of busy, so I'll probably roll. I'll probably roll back and watch some of this. But yeah, Grand Blue. I do like Grand Blue. All right. Well, that's all we got. You know, locked up for now. We can answer maybe like a question or two from the chat. I mean, big challenges. We did just answer a bunch of your questions. Torby, Solon? Do you got anything you want to ask real quick before we log off? This is it's a shorter episode, but been doing 3 hour long episodes the past couple of weeks. I think we deserve a break. I think Lorelai deserves a break. Give y'all All right, let's see here. I accidentally sat on my phone at the bottom of a lake and broke it. Have you ever broken a console or handheld? I mean, yes and no. Like, I remember I had an SP that was just completely tattered from me using it over the years, but that still worked. I don't know. I always took care of my games and consoles and stuff, and I never really tried to bring it out to places where something bad could happen. Um, but also sometimes shit happens. Like my brother broke a bunch of my PS1 games when I was growing up, and I'm still pissed about that. That wasn't me. That wasn't any that was on purpose. That was a chosen action. I don't approve of that one. Yeah. Yeah, I've had some PS1 games broken. Nicholas, how about you?
I do not. I don't think I've broken one. I
No?
have made effort to treat my devices well.
That's good. I mean, yeah, I always like buy a case for my phone immediately. I don't fuck with that. A big challenge that says when I was a kid I busted my DS touchscreen by using a pen instead of a stylus. Yeah, okay, so okay. I I didn't break it, but when I first got the original DS, like the fat DS, the original one, I left it in my dad's car overnight, which it was probably a little hot out, but when I went and got it, the inside of the screen, a bunch of like glue was seeping out of it, and it stopped working. The touchscreen stopped working, and I ended up sending it to Nintendo, and they sent me a new one, which was good. Like I got a new DS out of it. But I've never heard of anyone else being like, yeah, the glue in my DS melted and it screwed up the touchscreen. I've never heard of that before. Maybe it was something else. Maybe like something seeped inside and fried it. I don't know. But I just remember, yeah, as a kid, my first DS, the touchscreen broke somehow, and it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I would guess that it would have had to have been like a manufacturing thing because they replaced it. Maybe they were just being nice because I was a kid.
Stupid child.
Someone saying my dad took scissors to my brother's Pokemon Heart Gold DS cart about 11 years ago, and we all separately had to get therapy. But I mean, that's I'm not I don't want to be too judgy against parents. Like I think doing yeah, that's that is I think that stuff like that is a bridge too far for sure for parental. I mean, also just the fact that yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that's a different layer to it, I suppose. But yeah, yeah, it's just like just thinking about how expensive those games are now. It's just bad. They shouldn't be. They're all over the place. You go to any game store and they have 50 fucking Pokemon games, but they're all $300. And it's like, okay, what are we doing here? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. Well, that should do it. Like I'm glad that we had a shorter episode because go do something. Go chill for a bit before I got to go to bed tonight. I sleep early. I get up early. I sleep early. I am lame-o. Yeah, maybe I'll watch some grand finals. But thank you so much for listening, everybody. Thank you so much for being in the chat, and thank you for listening on your podcast app of choice if you are doing so. Feel free to follow along for our website, which is gamesline.net. We have our Blue Sky, which is also gamesline.net. You go on to there and you go on to Blue Sky, you search up gamesline.net. That's us. Our Tumblr is gamesline.tumblr.com. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/@the I still can't believe that it's pronounced @. We found that out recently. It's just pronounced. You just say the @. That is what it's called. Twitch.tv/GameslineTV, which you might be watching that right now, or you might want to watch it next week. You can do that. Try to stream at 5 p.m. CST. Sometimes we're a little late, but we try to be there around 5. If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/gamesline. $3 a month. Get access to unlimited Railworks a week early, and maybe some other stuff in the future. We're talking about it. We're trying to figure it out. Come hang out with us on our Discord server, thegamezone.zone. Type that into a web browser, and it'll bring you straight there. Want to talk to us? Tell us what we're doing right. Tell us what we're doing wrong, or tell us what you're ambivalent to. That's the best place to do it. And thank you to Melt Channel/Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. And again, I would recommend waiting until the first Friday of every month to purchase their stuff because it's Bandcamp Friday, and then they get the full slice of it. Get all of it. Nikolas, where can people find you?
Find me on Blue Sky at, let me check, like, Blue Sky, it's just like access.bluesky.social.
Right. And Chorby has brought it up a few times. You did post some new art recently. Talk about that. No? Yes? I mean, well, there you go. I mean, Nikolas does art. Check it out on there. And you can find me on Blue Sky as well at john.gamesline.net. I don't draw, but I post. You see, last thing I posted.
So it doesn't reshare the drawings that I make because he's a coward.
Shit's horny as hell. I don't want to scare people. I want people to be like, "Whoa!" Even though I think it's good. Here, you know what?
I'm in league with my buddies. I'm in league with Zach. I'm in league with Chrono. I'm in the boob artist gang.
I don't know Chrono. I know Jack though. I retweeted it. There. I reposted it.
Bullying works.
It does. All right, and that will do it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, listening. And we will be back next week.
Yes.